at one point I met Josh in college because we were both adult students at STU actually. So I'm like a big fan of his drumming, and that's basically where it all started. And then fast forward to 2015, I'm in Halifax doing my master's, and I'm like, all right, I'm just working on all these songs, gotta get something out. So I've been doing a lot of solo stuff under the name Dear Springsteen, released 3 EPs. And then in December, I get back in Fredericton and we start jamming formally, and we have a band now. So that's kind of like the short story of how this whole thing unfolded. We're both in this 2012, we're both in this journalism class at St. Thomas University. And it's a class of outcasts, except we're like the non-outcasts in that class basically, because we know what we're doing. So like, we both had a pretty good laugh at the other people in class, and we're both like talking about punk rock stuff. We both get along with the teachers. Like that's, for me, that's when the whole project started basically. It's in that class. Like that was the moment where everything got started, everything got like, all right, whatever happens, we're gonna be in a band together.
Yeah. And I'm from Moncton too, and then when I found out he was in Short Fuse, which we never played with, but I remember the name. It's just like this whole coming from Moncton and coming to Fredericton and not having any of that connection, and being able to jump on with Shaggy and get that kind of like Moncton community kind of still in you, I guess. Well, in Fredericton, so that's cool too.
Because we both played in punk bands in Moncton around the same time, but none of our bands played together, which is funny because they were both punk bands. Except I was more from the skate punk kind of scene, and you were more from the punk.
Yeah.
And there is a big divide between those two scenes, and all of a sudden, it makes sense.
Line on this table.
Big time, right there. Yeah. That's more or less like just writing songs and realizing that I'm writing really punk songs in the end. That's what they're like. They're just like loud, fast songs. But at the same time, the stuff that I write about is really depressing. It's really personal, internal, kind of like battle kind of stuff. So for me, the Downer Punk label made sense because it's accurate. That's the one thing I feel about it. And like, it's kind of weird to say, but I feel like Downer Punk is a lot more than just a label. It's a movement in itself in some ways, where like I'm writing about really personal issues. I have all these hooks, all these fast, fuzzy songs on top of it, but at the same time, like I said, they're sad songs, so like it's kind of blending the two of them together, you know? I hate the recording process. I hate having to sit down with something for a few months and just waiting for it to come out. I get really excited about what I do, so when I got the opportunity to record at the Art Center, I'm like, all right, well, let's make things happen really quickly. So basically, I got in touch with Josh and was like, all right, man, let's do an album and let's make it really quickly. Let's not fuck around with this whole thing. So that's basically it. Like, we started recording on Monday night. On Tuesday, I already had some rough mixes done. And then a few days later, I did a bit of guitars overdub, and like a week later, the product was out and ready. So like, it's the whole DIY kind of 1980s hardcore, no fucks given approach.
It was a refreshing change of pace, you know,
big time,
sitting on something, which is fine. I mean, you follow that route, but like jumping in on this, we only practiced a handful of times, and you had the songs written, so it's already, I can come in and play along with this. You're down pat. But like, I don't know, there's a certain energy in going into that recording that I hadn't always had before, because you're sitting on something for a while, then you go and you're kind of working on this. And this, like you said, is kind of no fucks given, just go in, throw it out, and then you're out there. And the good thing about with John Chen is, I mean, prolific, I guess, if you want to say. But I mean, you shoot songs out of like Robert Pollard almost. So like, the fact of shooting this out and putting it out is we'll have another thing recorded by, you know, in the summer or whatever. So
pretty much, yeah.
I like the quick process, and I mean, just the gritty recording sounds good too for what it is. I mean,
big time.